These are the best 2-week travel backpacks around 30 liters that you can buy right now. This is the Fyro Levo, a great option for all of my minimalists out there looking for a well-designed, modest travel backpack. The 30-liter, 2.2-pound backpack is made with PC-coated 330D Codra nylon and features YKK zippers and Woojin hardware. You've got a front admin panel that goes the entire length of the bag, a suspended laptop sleeve for up to a 16-inch computer, a microfiber tech pocket, a large main clamshell-style pocket for all of your clothes, carry handles on the top and side, and one external water bottle pocket. The bag also features well-padded straps with load lifters for a comfy carry. The Levo will run you $265 US. This is the Aer Travel Pack 4, a great option for all of my urbanites out there who are looking for a stylish, modern travel backpack. The 28-liter, 3.5-pound backpack is made with 1680D Cordura ballistic nylon and features YKK zippers and Duraflex hardware. You've got a front admin pocket on the top half of the bag, a large front slip pocket, a small quick access top pocket, a suspended laptop sleeve for up to a 16-inch computer, 2 external water bottle pockets, and a large clamshell-style main pocket for all your clothes. The bag also features a nicely padded back panel, along with some beefy straps with load lifters for the most comfortable carry on this list. The Travel Pack 4 will run you $239 US. This is the Alpaka Traverse, a great option for all of my tech enthusiasts out there who are looking for a versatile, streamlined travel backpack. The 30-liter, 3.3-pound backpack is made with a 400D AxoFlux ripstop nylon and features YKK AquaGuard zippers. You've got a large right access vertical front pocket with sleeves and pen slots, a small left access vertical front pocket, a top soft-lined quick access pocket, a zippered internal water bottle pocket, a suspended laptop sleeve for up to a 16-inch computer, and a large clamshell-style main pocket for all your clothes. The bag also features a well-padded, quick-dry back panel and plush shoulder straps. The Traverse will run you $199 US. This is the Tomtoc Navigator T66 Liteway, a great option for all of my budget-minded travelers out there who are looking to cut cost without compromising quality. The 28-liter, 2.1-pound bag is made with 400D lightweight ripstop polyester and features YKK zippers. You've got a large vertical front pocket, a small top quick access pocket, 2 external water bottle pockets, top and side grab handles, a clamshell-style laptop compartment for up to a 16-inch computer that also has access into the main compartment, and a duffel-style opening main compartment for all of your clothes. The bag also features compression straps on the side and a nicely padded back panel and shoulder straps for easy carry. Coming in at under half of the price of the other bags on this list, the T66 Liteway will run you an incredible $89. This is the Bellroy Lite Travel Pack, a great option for all of my fashion-forward travelers out there who prefer fun, colorful gear over that typical black backpack. The 30-liter, 2.1-pound bag is made with Duralite nylon, which is made up from mostly recycled nylon, along with a small amount of recycled polyester and other materials. You've got a large front vertical zipper pocket, a front admin pocket on the top third of the bag, carry handles on the top and side, a vertical zipper laptop sleeve for up to a 16-inch computer, and a luggage-style opening main pocket with built-in packing cells and dividers. Just a heads up though, there is no water bottle pocket on this bag. The bag also features tuck-away shoulder straps in case you do want to carry it in duffel mode. The Lite Travel Pack will run you $199 US.
Yes. So we did a collab with them last year.
Okay.
Where it was a mug that they made and then the 3-pack of notebooks packaged together, and those sold out really quickly, but we still have a run. We still have some of the notebooks left. This is if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just got back from visiting the Field Notes headquarters in Chicago, and yeah, it's kind of right down the street from me. So I thought I just would go in and check out their store. It is super tiny, but if you're ever in the Chicago area, I highly suggest checking it out because they have a number of new as well as like older edition notebooks there. I'm gonna show you a couple things that I picked up. The first thing I got was this set of 2. So the heavy duty notebooks. I just really love the style of these. So it comes with an orange version of this notebook, as well as a blue version. But yeah, this is just such a cool notebook. I love the flip of like the steno notebook. So yeah, these are super cool. I'll be using these a ton in the future. And then the other thing I got, it's actually a freebie. So if you do visit the Field Notes store in Chicago, you walk out with one of these little limited edition notebooks. It's just a freebie that they give you, but it's cool. On the back, it says Field Notes new and improved guest pass. Thanks for visiting our shop. We'll always remember you as, and then there's like a number of different things that you can check. And I was a curious neighbor since I live in the Chicago area. It also has a stamp for the date of your visit, as well as like a signature for the person who was working that day. I got a chance to talk to their director of wholesale, so she was operating the store when I went in. But yeah, super friendly, had some nice chats with her, and yeah, definitely check out the Field Notes store if you are in the Chicago area. Lastly, let's just chat a little bit about this week's playlist. And we kick things off with the track 6 Cities from Super System from the album Always Never Again. And if you aren't familiar with Super System, they were a DC dance punk band on the Touch and Go label. They put out a couple albums in the mid 2000s. I was lucky enough to see them open up for the band Q and Not You at the First Unitarian Church in Philadelphia. That was in 2005, which was actually my first week of college at Temple University. I got to see that show, which was also Q and Not You's last tour. Such a sick show. I think if you're into that kind of mid 2000s, like dance punk music, like the Klaxons or Hot Chip or The Rapture, I think you'll really like Super System if you haven't heard them before. So yeah, great way to start off the little playlist this week. The next track we have is House Clouds from the band Liars, and that's off of their self-titled album. And the self-titled album's probably my favorite album from Liars. It's definitely like the most post-punk. It's a little more accessible than some of their other albums. Liars has definitely been through many iterations. They kind of started off as a dance punk band. You may know the track like Mr. You're on Fire, Mr., which was a great song. But yeah, they kind of transitioned, went through some different phases. They had that fantastic Drums Not Dead album, which was like just very percussive. A little later on, and like more recently, they're a little more like electronic, which is not really my thing, but this kind of like mid-career Liars stuff, especially the self-titled album, just really hits well with me. And this song House Clouds especially is like a really great little like 3-minute long pop rock tune. So be sure to check that one out. Let's see what we have next on this playlist. All right, so switching things up a little bit, we have Burnin' Coal from Les McCann on Much Les, and this is just like a really great kind of, like funky, soulful jazz track. It just makes me super happy. It's like a great one to put on when the weather's getting nice now in the spring, and it's just like a good track that kind of helps the playlist flow a little bit and add a little more like flavor to it with like a really great jazz song. So hopefully you guys appreciate that one, but really like that track a lot. Next we have the song Pacifics from Diggable Planets, and that first album, their debut album, Reachin'. And Diggable Planets is like an abstract hip-hop group. They focus mostly on jazz samples in their songs, but they have such a cool like laid-back vibe to them. You've probably heard Cool Like That before, which is like a great jam from them. Pacifics is probably my favorite song off of that album. I had the opportunity to see them a couple years ago in Chicago. They played like some huge street festival. Throughout the summer, there's always these free street festivals in Chicago, so you get the opportunity to see a lot of cool bands play for free, which is great. But I got to see them and got to like stand side stage for it because no one was standing to the side. So you kind of got where we kind of got like a backstage view kind of the show, which was really cool. Just being like right up close and personal, and listening to them perform. It was awesome. It was really, really good. They're probably one of my favorite bands from that era of like De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest. Like they fit in really well. If you like those groups too, I think you'll really like Diggable Planets. And then last but not least, we close out this week's playlist with the song Merry Bumblebee from Purling Hiss, and that is from his album Water on Mars. And Purling Hiss is a band from Philadelphia. They are led by Mike Polizzi. They're kind of just like straight up psychedelic garage rock. Mike Polizzi's worked a lot with like Kurt Vile in the past, as well as like the War on Drugs and those Philly bands. So they're kind of all intertwined from like their starts years ago in Philly. But Mike is a super nice guy. I definitely used to like run into him, knew him in passing in Philly when I lived there. He put out a song on a 7-inch that my record label put out years ago, which was really cool to release because I've always been such a huge fan of his work. But yeah, they're on Drag City Records. If you like other Drag City bands, you'll definitely love Purling Hiss just as much. But Merry Bumblebee is a good closing track for this week's playlist. It's definitely like very breezy, very, garage poppy. It just has like such a nice tune to it. He writes such nice pop songs that just have like a nice little fuzzy psychedelic overlay to them. So yeah, highly suggest checking out Purling Hiss. But with that, I just want to say thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.